The team auctioned off these jerseys, so supporters could donate for the right to put a phrase on the back of the jersey that the athletes would wear. They raised almost $10,000 for the Women's Cancer Center at Stanford Medicine, so well done all those supporting a great cause here. You'll notice some of the uniforms, they say a player's last name like Kip. Others have special messages that are near and dear to the heart of those donors. So all for a wonderful cause as we get started here with the Cardinal serving to get us underway. And it's Dotson picking up where she left off on Friday evening, going right to work. The fifth-year senior out of Fort Collins, Colorado, gets active early. And talking to Kevin Hambley pregame, how do you deal with talented middles like Dotson, like the Northwestern transfer Desiree Becker? Said step one, keep him off the net. So you saw Dotson able to lurk in close there. Meanwhile, Stanford shows off their middle blocker attack. McKenny Vicini, the fifth-year senior as well, able to convert for Stanford. It's a 1-1 start. Nice crowd still filing in here on a Sunday. A lot of local volleyball athletes, clubs bringing good energy. They'll go outside. Njai overpass. Dotson. Kip is there to keep it going. Minor now. They'll get in a groove and a little long. So you get the idea, looking for Elia Rubin. But that one was a little too much heat for the sophomore from Southern California. And here's Leverett, who we spoke of. 10 kills on Friday. She'll serve now. UCLA up early here. We're in the first meeting of two this year between the Bruins and the Cardinal. Minor to the outside. Rubin, this one off the block, and that's what she's looking to do. And it's 2-2 early. Elia Rubin coming into today, closing in on 200 kills on the year, 195 when she woke up this morning. Ogilvie serving. There was some heat on that. You hear about Stanford serving aggressively. That was a rocket and the ace for Ogilvie. Check this out. Bringing the heat. And a 3-2 start. Ogilvie back to work. Tough to handle for Dewick. They'll go outside to Olsen. Ogilvie there. Here's Rubin, a little off balance. Roll shot is met at the net by the Bruins, and Stanford tries to corral it to no avail. Excellent reaction time out front from UCLA to level the score here. And now Dotson. All Pac-12 performer. To the outside, Kip. And that's good. We'll say a touch from UCLA. And now Kendall Kip. Conference Player of the Year. One of the few remaining players from Stanford's last NCAA title squad. Olsen into the block. Minor now. Rubin, the touch. Dewick out of nowhere. Olsen tries to push that across. She's denied. Olsen again off the block. Ogilvie keeps it rolling. Back row attack. A soft touch. Njai gets it across. Free ball here for the Cardinal. Kip on the move. Controlled by the back row. Njai loaded up. Soft touch. Perfect placement. Good rally. Sammy Francis coming on. Has that one into the block, and then Njai analyzing the scenario. Sees that block closing off some options. Takes a little something off of it, and it pays off. Audrey Pack returning home to the Bay Area this weekend with the Bruins. Minor, back row. How do you stop it? That one too long. That's what you hope for, because when Kendall Kip gets loaded up like that, it is difficult to get in the way. This one was perfectly designed for the Cardinal. Everything but the placement there for Kip. 5-4, the lead for the Bruins. Pack serving. Minor goes back to Francis. Last touch, UCLA. And the kill is there for Sammy Francis. Return to the lineup on Friday. Had missed action previously. The last match before Friday, the win over Arizona State, missed Arizona, and then the trips to the Washington schools. Njai. Cardinal with the mishandle, out of play, and the point to UCLA. Francis, they're thrilled to have her back. She'd been on a tear, really linking up well with Cami Minor, and then goes out in her last 2 matches before she departed, hitting north of 500. And so they'd love to get her back in that flow. And Kevin Hambley said it'll just take some time. You can see the connections weren't quite there on Friday, but that's what they're working to get back to. Tufono serving. The point to UCLA, too long from Stanford. So a 7-5 start for the visitors. Mokihana Tufono, the sophomore from Hawaii. Off the tape, controlled by Baird. She'll get her chance. Baird into the block. Francis keeps it alive. Now Baird off balance, and that works. Initial attack, dug out by Francis, and then Katie Baird cleans it up. Changes now for Stanford. And a Pringle is on the DS. She'll come on to serve here. Looking for Leverett. Off the block. Minor now, setter dump. They were ready, but couldn't keep it in play. Good hustle from Pack. Saw what Minor was doing, but couldn't control it. And Stanford with a couple in a row now to tie things at 7. To Leverett, off the block. Sheridan Leverett powering that shot off of Vicini and Minor. And here's Peyton Duick. Missed last weekend with injury. Tufono stepping in admirably in that libero spot, but they're thrilled to have her back at full strength. She goes long there on the serve. And we're back even at 8. Good back and forth here in this first set. Cami Minor to serve. Conference setter of the year a season ago. To the outside, Leverett. Vicini got a piece. Ogilvy gets them in system. Down the line. Baird is there. Initial attack. Ogilvy. And you see Stanford getting things dialed in the way they like, and that was all set up by Ogilvy controlling off of that initial touch. Sky high back set. Njai. Cardinal couldn't handle it. Vicini and Baird there, and we'll get a second look here. And again, you've seen Iman Njai modulate her power on these attacks. Kip. Njai. Free ball. Easy money. Baird. The dig here by Njai, and Katie Baird smashes that down for a 10-9 Cardinal lead. Fifth-year senior from Indianapolis to serve. It's Njai here. A near collision on that back row. Minor, that's a long set to Rubin. Defense was ready. They'll try Rubin again. This is off the block, and it'll fall in as Duick diving and couldn't get there. Elia Rubin put Stanford in front 11-9. She's got 2 kills. Has been in double figures in the kill department in her last 5. Back row, Njai. Minor now to Kip. Tools the block. And Stanford, a little bit of a cushion now. Bruins were up 2 not too long ago. And with that, we'll see a timeout called because Kendall Kip has just put the Cardinal in front 12-9. Last picked up the win on September 26th back in 2021. There's a look at first-year headman Alfie Reft coming over from the University of San Diego. Stanford fans may not want to remember the last time San Diego was in this building. And talking with Alfie Reft earlier this week, he was, of course, part of that squad that had the epic victory over the Cardinal here in last year's NCAA tourney, and said, haven't thought about it all that much lately. Obviously focused on the task at hand, but it's certainly a memory that will be near and dear to his heart for a long time. And he's just excited to have this opportunity with the Bruins, and had such positive things to say about this group and the veterans on this team. And of course the newcomers, Ref taking over for longtime head coach Mike Sealy after 13 years. As the Bruins serving here out of the timeout here after that previous point to make it 12-10. Minor now. Here's that back row from Baird, and Dotson says no. Njai, the hustle. The work to Baird. You love this one-on-one. And Dotson wins that battle. And now Leverett. Minor goes outside. Oh, that was pretty. Minor works to Rubin. Second look here. Block coming over. Unable to slow down Elia Rubin and make it 13-11. Cardinal, and now Ogilvy. That was tough to handle for Duick. Dotson thought she had the kill. Instead, it's Olsen. Minor now. Kip. A rocket to the back row. 14-11 Cardinal. Hustle on both sides. And quickly says, my fault. That's long. And that aggressive serving, that has been a hallmark for this Stanford team. You look at their stats, and they will pile up the aces, and that's a byproduct of being aggressive. Sometimes you're going to go long. Sometimes it won't go their way, but they'll live with those. Beautiful dig on that back row from Lutz. And then Olsen. Too long. So another point there for Stanford. Kip serving. Quick look. That was to Desiree Becker. Now Rubin. There was a touch right at the net off the Bruins. Stanford ahead 17-12. Big turnaround here from the Cardinal earlier in this first set. After an attack error by Katie Baird, that put UCLA up 7-5. Stanford has wrestled control of this one and now surging out in front by 5. Their largest lead here in the first. But it looks as if we'll have a challenge. And the challenge will center around a net violation. So officials taking a look, and keep in mind they have different angles than what we may see on the broadcast here. So additional cameras, part of the official review. And so they do get a net violation against Sammy Francis. He's looking back here at the net. So at some point in that sequence, determining that Francis was involved with the net, they reverse the scores, give the point to the Bruins, now 16-13, and that's a big swing here as we're getting late in this first set. Francis on the move, Hendrickson able to control. Pack looking for Olsen now. Ogilvy on the scene. Rubin again off the block. And Elia Rubin adds another kill. She's got 5 and is off to a hot start. Becker and Njai coming over. And now Elia Rubin serving. That dances off the tape. Pack can go to work, and that's easy money to the Northwestern transfer, Desiree Becker. Skying to convert. 17-14. Tufono back on. And that's out of play. Service error. 18-14 Cardinal. Serves fairly clean thus far. That's just the second service error here in the first. Stanford with just 1. And Pringle on, serving specialist here. Bruins go to work. Quick look to Becker. So she has a couple. Desiree Becker getting involved. And this is Pack, quick set to the middle. And now Carly Hendrickson, the Florida transfer. Played in just 2 matches for Florida a year ago out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Getting more of an opportunity here in 2023 with the Bruins. Minor, Vicini. Tufono controls it. Long way to Njai, just has to get that across. Now Baird with the tip. Dodson, they'll work to Njai. Loaded up. Minor now. Baird. We play on. Leverett. Rubin, Kip. Too long. Good look for Kip. Tried to smash that across the way and off the mark to make it 18-16. Bruins hanging tough here in this first set. Hendrickson. Overpass. Njai. 1 point difference now. 18-17 following the Iman Njai kill. You see what Njai has done thus far. Talked about her at the top. Baird can't handle that one. Minor tries to clean it up. It's out of play. We're tied at 18. Hendrickson from the service line, sparking this. Welcome back. We look at the Pac-12 standings. Nothing new. There's great depth across the Conference of Champions. Stanford ahead of the field. They've got a big matchup with Oregon not too far away. Washington State having a great year. Stanford able to get past them on the Palouse not too long ago. And you see ASU having a bit of a bounce back campaign. Before we went to break, talked about the Bruins rallying. So Stanford, they led by 4 points. That was their largest lead thus far here in the first. And UCLA has chiseled that down to nothing, and they've tied things up here at 18. And it's been Carly Hendrickson doing the job from the service line. Now Stanford to Baird. The hustle here from the Bruins. Can they get it across? They do. And we play on. Kip skying from the back row. Pack, Dotson, Kip, overpass, Dotson with the left. Ogilvy, Baird now. Leverett. That was Vicini with the big swing. Now Kip. Njai. Outside Baird. There it is. Stanford with the last word on that rally. Katie Baird off the block. Cami Minor serving 19-18. That snaps a 4-0 run for the Bruins. Dewick, Pack, Njai. Cardinal answer, Njai. This time ratchets up the heat. It's Baird's turn, the block. Oh, major stuff from the Bruins. We're tied at 19. Njai, the center of that scene. Njai and Dotson, amped. And it will be Iman Njai, the senior out of Dallas, Texas. Minor goes middle, Vicini. Njai ready for it. Minor now to Baird. And nobody there for the Bruins. Katie Baird adds a kill. She has 5 kills. So Rubin with 5, Baird with 5 to pace that Stanford attack. Won't be surprised to find out. Numbers pretty even across the board here. Side-out percentages both right around 65% for these squads here. UCLA attacking at a bit higher percentage in this first. Dotson, well done. Right over the block. Dotson at 6'5", elevates and punches that one down past the Stanford defense. Get a brief stoppage here to wipe up some sweat on the court. It's on the Stanford side of things. And now we're ready. Leverett serving for UCLA. Minor for Rubin. Block is there, and then the return attempt from Njai falling short of the net to give Stanford a 1-point lead here in the first. Zelena Ogilvy, current Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Week. Has 2 of those this season already. But the attack error here into the net, giving one back to UCLA. 21-21, this one coming down to the wire in the first. Bruins had to gut it out in the first on Friday night against Cal. They had the Bears down for 24-20. Bears come all the way back, even at 24. Bruins escape 26-24, eventually go on to win it in 3. So another grinded out first set here for the squad from Westwood. Minor for Rubin, the block. It's Becker. And UCLA slides in front 22-21. Sydney Breon is on to serve. A freshman from Dallas. Rubin. Breon digs it out. Olsen. Ogilvy controlling. Rubin on the run, works the block, and we're tied at 22. Elia Rubin, 6 kills. Came in averaging around 3.5 kills a set. Pack, Becker to Kip. Block got a piece of it. It's Olsen, turned back. at the net, and it falls short. 23-22, Stanford. And Coach Ref will call for time. 23 to lead everyone. Iman Njai, a big focus for UCLA. 4 kills, and Desiree Becker, the middle, has come on as of late to play an important role as Kendall Kipp serves as we return to live action. Becker on cue. See, Becker just winds up, putting everything into it. Smashes that down. We're tied at 23, and Pack to serve. Minor to Rubin. There was some heat on that one. Elia Rubin down the line. She is dialed in right now. And that brings up set point. Rubin with her 8th kill. They're on their feet here inside Maples, as the Cardinal will try and hold off the Bruins here in the first. Rubin to serve. Pack to Becker. Soft touch. It's Baird. Lutz controlling. Njai. Rubin with the hustle. Baird puts it across. UCLA can go to work now. To Becker. Smashes that down. We're tied at 24. We told you all about Anna Dotson early on, and she is key for the Bruins, but Desiree Becker showing off their depth at middle. Evening things here at 24 as the standout sophomore Grace Olson will serve. That's off the tape. Baird ready. Her turn. Pack. Njai almost into the scorer's table. Off the scoreboard above on their side of the net. They can play on, but Cami Minor knows what to do with it. And dumps that across to bring up set point once again. 25-24. The ball off the scoreboard got UCLA a little out of sorts. They were able to keep it going, but Minor takes advantage, and now Pringle to serve here. Set point number 2 for the Cardinal. Pack for Becker. Does it again. When in doubt, work for Desiree Becker. Played more than 80 matches in 4 seasons at Northwestern. Over 440 kills in her Wildcat career, and now doing the job here for the Bruins. Duick to serve. 25 all. That one into the stands, and the ace is there. (26-25), and now UCLA with set point. Their first opportunity to take this first set. And Duick to serve. Takes a deep breath and goes to work. Minor. Baird denied, and UCLA takes the first on the road here at Maples. 27-25. The Bruins erase a 4-point deficit. They hang tough and prevail. They win the first. We're back to Stanford after this timeout. And the Bruins, they're able to snatch that momentum away and claim the first set. And there is Becker. Also, her run gives some downtime to Anna Dotson. So now you can be sure she'll come back well rested. So the Bruins will serve to start off the second. Off the tape and the ace. Dewick continues the good vibes here for the visitors to open up this second. Has that one bounce off the tape and in for a 1-0 start. That's her 10th ace on the year. The junior from Aptos, California. And now Baird works that block well. And it's 1-1 early. Cami Minor serving. Pack looking for Dodson. Different middle, same result for UCLA. So Dodson back in, the starter. And is able to convert there. Njai serving, and another ace. What a start here for UCLA. Couple of aces, add in a kill from Dodson and a 3-1 beginning. Njai again. Minor, now Kip. Works the block. 3-2. Katie Baird will serve. Baird, part of that crew with Vicini and Kip that go back to that 2019 year, and now Baird delivers an ace. So the service game shining bright here on both ends to open up this second. You see our ace numbers here, 4 for the Bruins, 2 for the Cardinal. Dewick, that one off the net and out of play. Overpass there on the return. UCLA tried to come over and see if they could salvage something there. Not the case. And Stanford in front 4-3. So good run here by the Card after UCLA jumped out to a 3-1 edge. Stanford roaring back now. Dodson off the left of Minor and just looks at her hand in disbelief as that one got away. So Pack looking for Dodson, and just a mishit there from Cami Minor. 4-4. Minor looks to Vicini. And now Vicini will take a breather, and Francis returns. We mentioned Francis returning to action on Friday night and looking to get back in the strong rhythm she had developed with Cami Minor in the early part of this season. Was hitting at a very high percentage. And the goals this Stanford team has to, of course, win a national championship. That is the focus. They don't pretend like it's not. Sammy Francis will be a major part of that. Service error there from the Cardinal, and Dodson to serve. Minor to Kip. Well, it's not the same play you're seeing over and over again because she is moving around the court, but she is so good at skying and connecting with that block to her advantage. Make it 6-5 Stanford. Olsen has been quiet thus far. Rubin denied, but they'll say last touch. So 6-6 now. Audrey Pack serving. Francis. Olsen into the net. And a violation there. They'll call a fourth hit against UCLA. The point to the Cardinal, and 7-6 the lead. Second set action. Ellie Rubin, the great first set. Njai fading backwards. Miner goes for the setter dump. Becker was ready, and she puts it across on the roll. Now Francis on the move. Into Becker again. Njai there. And UCLA with the point. Njai and Becker. 7-7. Center of your screen, Desiree Becker, and seemingly the center of all the big plays as of late for UCLA. Tufono serving. Miner, Kip. A cannon from the back row. And you see everything she's won, everything she's accomplished, and Kevin Hambley's talked about Kip and how there's still so much more she can do. He said this week she won't see her complete potential until a few years after she leaves Stanford, you know, onto a professional career, national team, whatever it might be for Kip, as Katie Baird tools the block for the point. Pringle serving as Stanford's in front now, 9-7. Njai past the block and down, 9-8.
Now serving for UCLA.
Duick to serve. We saw the ace earlier. Now they make a change there at the last moment, bring on Hendrickson. And Hendrickson keyed that run from the service line in the first, and more good things happening with Carly Hendrickson serving. That's an ace. And even at 9. Mini 2-0 run here for the Bruins. Miner now to Kip, denied. Dotson not having it. 10-9 Bruins. Kip and Dotson, two of the best the Pac-12 has to offer, meeting at the net, and Dotson with block number 5 on the day. That's long on the serve. Props to the line judge, not even flinching as that serve bounced off his shoulder. Focused, staying in the play. Miner will get a chance on the attack. Actually, correction, that was Leverett, excuse me. And it's Miner serving. And a service error, so giving that point back. (11-11). And here's Iman Njai to serve. Here in the second, much like the first, good back and forth. Njai is long. on the error there.
Now serving to the card, number 22, Katie Baird.
And we'll see Katie Baird serve. 12-11 Cardinal. Winners of 7 straight. Pack. Leverett. Major block. Kendall Kipp. Look at Kipp get all of this. And a 13-11 edge now for Stanford. Trouble here at the net. Vicini controls it. It's Kipp. Winds up and crushes it off the block, and it's a three-point edge here for Stanford. Six kills, 6 blocks so far for Kipp. That is a nasty serve. Tufono takes it off the torso. Baird, excellent hustle to keep it alive. The dump here from Pack. Cardinal read it, and Rubin finishes it. Roll it. And that's helped put Stanford in front 15-11 here. In the second, Kipp, 6 kills. Rubin still leading the Cardinal with 9. Baird has 7. Dotson, the soft touch. Kipp has that denied. Minor hustling to keep it going. Pack now to Dotson. Tools the block on her effort.
Now serving for UCLA, number 9, Sheridan Leverett.
15-12. Sheridan Leverett serving. Ogilvy diving to keep that alive. Rubin pushing it towards the back row. Excellent hustle. Pack flips it across. And Leverett can't get there in time. Last touch, the UCLA block. And the point to Stanford, 16-12. Ogilvy serving for Stanford. And has an ace. It's a 5-point lead now for the Cardinal. 17-12. That's the 4th ace of the day here for Stanford. And this, their largest lead. Olsen getting low for that one. Dotson denied. Njai keeps it across. Francis is there for the kill. So the second kill in this one for Francis. 18-12 now, a 6-point edge for the Cardinal as we step aside with this timeout.
I got involved in officiating volleyball 8 years after I played Division I in college.
And I wanted to do more than just be a spectator. I wanted to get involved and give back to the sport that I've loved for so long.
I'm a speaker,
builder,
I coach,
culinary arts,
Auditor,
a firefighter,
and I'm a volleyball official.
Officiating volleyball was something that helped me to reconnect to my roots.
volleyball officiating will bring positive influences into your life along with lifelong friends.
I said yes to becoming a volleyball official so that I could give back to the game.
Saying yes to volleyball officiating will give you the privilege to be a part of one of the most exciting sports around.
challenge yourself as a referee to always be the best you can be.
For anyone contemplating becoming a volleyball official,
Just go for it.
Take the plunge, open the door.
Stay on the court.
Just say yes.
Say yes to officiating. Learn more about how to get involved at sayyestoofficiating.com.
Yeah, and then you just have to do that and click. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay, great.
That's the one that's been the most stable lately.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Yep, I got you. And welcome back. 18-12, Stanford trying to pull away in this second set. They watched UCLA battle back in the first. They're on a 3-0 run right now, trying to hold off any Bruin comebacks here in this second set. Ogilvy serving. And Pack Dotson with the tip. Ogilvy diving. We play on. Njai. That's too long. And Stanford in a good spot here, 19-12. Cardinal looking to settle in here after dropping the first. Service error there from Ogilvy. Kevin Hambley talked about the long-term goals of this team. It's, of course, to be hosting in the NCAA tourney, to win an NCAA championship, all those big things. So far, so good as far as the position they put themselves in. They schedule very aggressively. They play the best in the country. Said, but we can't look past what's right in front of us either. You can't start taking losses, or all these other things don't really matter. Olsen, stuffed. Francis. Kip. Right there to close the block, and Kip getting her hand on it. 20-13. Cardinal are 5 away here. Olsen denied. Now Njai. Olsen just swats that across. Rubin. Lutz on the back row. Olsen again, had to wait for it. Rubin with the dig. Kip. Had a system for the Cardinal. And then Njai answers for UCLA. Call a net violation. Audrey Pack, senior from Camp Alindo High School in the East Bay, not too far from here. Rubin. And that is off the mark. So a couple now for UCLA. Rubin hoping someone would have gotten in the way of that missile, but Bruins let it go wisely. We'll stoppage here to get some perspiration off the court again. Kendall Kip, what doesn't she do for the Cardinal? And now we're ready. UCLA trying to put together a rally. And Pack goes too long. 21-15.
Now serving the card, number 13, Rubin.
Going towards that back row was Becker. Now Baird splits the defense. 22-15, Katie Baird with her 8th kill. UCLA will take a timeout, down 22-15 in the first, up 4. UCLA erased that, and they go on to win it. Cardinal now a little bit more of a security blanket here in this second one, and we talked about their 7-match win streak, and they haven't been pushed beyond 3 all that often. In that 7-game win streak, just 3 times did they go past 3 sets. A 5-setter at Louisville, and then 2 4-set victories at UW and at Washington State. This at least a 4-setter here as Rubin, powerful serve there. Becker towards the back row. Minor, Francis, Baird, Pack headed towards the seats. Lutz able to keep that alive and not interfere with the fans all that much. Francis, Lutz again. Minor, the dump. Pack, Becker, Ogilvy. It's Minor now. Little miscommunication there. Kip lunging in just to get it over. Njai works it off the block. And while Njai gets the point, major props to Kat Lutz, the freshman from Del Mar, California, with some epic hustle to keep that play alive. Gets a pat on the back there from Coach Reft as she subs out. Went into the seats. Unable to still play that ball. 22-16. Looking for Baird, she's denied, and Minor can't get there. Strong defense from UCLA, 22-17 now. We may have a challenge. It looks as if this is going to be a challenge regarding in or out on that last play.
Stanford challenges the ball was out. Ruling on the court, point to UCLA.
So as it currently stands, point to the Bruins, 22-17. Kevin Hambley going to the challenge card. We'll take a second look. As a reminder, officials do have some additional angles here. You see Minor there making the move for that ball. And it is confirmed as it was called. It stands. The point to the Bruins, 22-17. So Cardinal lose one of their challenges. And Tufano will serve once more. Bruins down 22-17. Francis on the move. Becker, first contact there. Now Leverett. Ogilvy with the dig. Here's Baird timing it up, and she is stuffed. Of some big moments here for UCLA. She was the catalyst in that first, and now coming up clutch here again in the second. Bit of a bigger hole to climb out of for UCLA this time around, but they're going to give it a go. They were down 7 at one point, 20-13. Now 22-18. Ogilvy diving. Njai able to bury that one. Ogilvy sprinting out of play to keep that alive, but then that left Stanford down a person. And now 22-19. Kip from the back row. The block is there. It's a 2-point difference. It's a 5-0 run for UCLA. And it's more Desiree Becker, Iman Njai teaming up on the block. And we'll see another Stanford timeout. Cardinal trying to figure things out here after they had this one in control 20-13. And now it's 22-20. And a great crowd on hand here on a Sunday afternoon. Stanford faithful looking to see their squad move to 8-0 in Pac-12 play, but UCLA Bruins with other ideas here. Bruins, they've battled a few injuries over the course of the season. Alfie Rep talking pregame that they're healthy, they have their group. We talked about, for example, their libero position. Peyton Dueck missing last weekend. Milkiana Tufono doing the job. They loved the effort she put in, but Dueck back, she's able to go. Audrey Pack into the setter spot. That's been a bit of a battle for that position, and so they stops the 5-0 run for the Bruins. Pringle returns. Leverett. It's Baird now. The block is there, but it lands out of play. The point to Stanford, and they are on their feet here for a set point in the second. So things got a little dodgy there for the Cardinal, but now an opportunity to close it out in the second and even this one up at 1. Here's Pringle. Becker, Minor, and they won't get it across. That's 4. 24-21. And set point number 2. And Carly Hendrickson comes on. Hendrickson serving, Becker scoring. That was how UCLA roared back in the first. 24-21 Cardinals. Set point number 2. Minor. Baird. And they say she goes long. Officials checking with each other first to see if there was a touch of any kind. Not the case. 24-22. It's Minor now. Kip from the back row. Tufono tracks it down. Leverett. Minor now. Baird again. Dug out by the Bruins. Njai. It's Kip. Down the line. Off the mark. Point to the Bruins. It's a 1-point difference. Again, let's get a second look here. Kendall Kip. Line judge right there, as is the UCLA bench. 24-23. Still set point here for the Cardinal. Minor. Baird drops that down off the Bruins. And that's all for the second. Stanford able to hold off UCLA. The visitors don't make it. Place like Maples, such a great crowd here in support of the Stanford Cardinal. And then showing that resolve in the second. That's probably the one area where the Bruins will look back and say, there's a chance there. Could be up 2-0 right now. But credit the Cardinal for picking up the victory there. And then we'll get a violation. And that's a net violation against UCLA, and the point to Stanford. And now a point to the Bruins. And this has been kind of the theme here. Good back and forth as these sets get underway. And no lead has been all that safe. Even when Stanford has been able to build some strong advantages, the Bruins just keep finding a way back. That's long there from the Cardinal, and it's a 2-1 lead. Kip. Make it 2-2. Katie Baird now serving. And that's just off the tape in the wrong direction. Make it 3-2. Leverett serving. Minor goes to Rubin. And here's Olsen now. Big swing, Ogilvy, they're on the run, and that's into the seats. So 4-2 Bruins now. And that's the first kill of the day for Olsen, so she was due to get on the board. Minor, it's back to Rubin, and working the block well. 4-3. Dotson. So after the Bruins had their block worked well on behalf of Stanford, Dotson returns the favor now. Now 5-3 UCLA. This Bruin team 16-13 a year ago, 10-10 in Pac-12 play. Kip just eats up Njai there with that powerful shot to make it 5-4. And here's Kip out of Corona Del Mar High School in Southern California. Looking for Olsen, they are. Here's Rubin. That's good. Elia Rubin, now 12 kills. Bit of an overpass, and Francis. That's last touch, UCLA. That's an ace for Kip. 7-5 Cardinal. Too hot to handle. More Kip now. It's Olsen. Overpass from Rubin. Njai. Rubin denied. And then it glanced off her shoulder and out of play. The point to the Bruins. 7-6. Francis on the move, controlled by Lutz. Olsen to that back corner. And after struggling to get on track earlier, Grace Olsen now a couple of kills in this third set. She had been 0 for 17 on her attacks thus far, finding a way here in the third. Rubin, the soft touch, denied, but Baird keeps it alive. And Elliot Rubin puts some heat on it. Njai returns fire, trying to keep it alive and running out of chances. Becker. Well, if you're UCLA today and you're looking for a point or you need a spark, it seems like Desiree Becker is your go-to. Brings that veteran presence. Told you about her time at Northwestern. From the state of Michigan. Error there by the Bruins on the serve. Give the point back to the Cardinal, 9-8. And Anna Pringle out of La Jolla, California. A couple of Cathedral Catholic grads on this Stanford roster, one of the strong high school programs in the San Diego area. And Becker, too much power on that one. Make it 10-8. Looking for Njai. Off the block. Rubin couldn't get there in time, and Iman Njai has her 9th kill. We talked about the Bruins and their resolve so far today. It's something Alfie Ref talked about during the week, just the idea that UCLA, to get better and improve upon what they're trying to do this year, they want to stay in plays a little bit longer. That's what Coach Ref said the conversation is about. You can see this is a group that does not give up on anything. Long run for Kip. Minor, Dotson, Pack. They'll go to work with Njai. Ogilvy out of nowhere. It's Kip. Elena Ogilvy diving to keep it alive, and that set up the opportunity for Kendall Kipp to crush it off the block and for Stanford to go in front 11-9 in the third. Back set, Njai denied. They'll try it again, stuffed once more, but out of bounds, and the point to the Bruins. Dewick. Dotson, hang time to get it across. Now Kip. Bruin block is there for the moment. It's Njai once more. Too long. So 12-10. Stanford ahead in the third. Neither side able to build that much of a cushion just yet. An ace. Baird helping that cause. A 3-point advantage now for Stanford after the Katie Baird ace. Now 6 service aces for Stanford. The attack percentage just about even for these squads. UCLA 185, Stanford 186. Dotson stuffed. That's all Rubin, and that's something Kevin Hambly touched on pregame. How is Elia Rubin getting better? What she's bringing defensively, her blocks. Also felt like she's making better decisions across the board. Njai rattles the tape. Ogilvy can't keep it alive, and the point to UCLA. Njai puts that across. Minor can now go back to Kip. The dig there will go out of play from Leverett. And that will put Stanford out in front 15-11 here in the third. Timeout on the floor. A busy Sunday coming to a close here in the Pac-12. We've got a good one thus far here at Stanford. UCLA took the first, Stanford winning the second. Stanford up here in the third. But it's around this time when the Bruins start to make their move. Stanford builds a lead of some kind, and then UCLA starts to chip away. We'll see what happens here coming out of the timeout. Ogilvy serving. Dotson. It's Rubin. And that's a net violation. And the point to UCLA. Elia Rubin getting into that net on the attack. So make it 15-12. And you can see her say, my bad there. Hasn't had many bads so far in this one. And now Dotson. Kip off the block, and Rubin can kind of watch that one drop in. 16-12, Stanford. Kip serving. Olsen. Clean look there. Francis gets it across. Minor rockets it. And Njai can't control it. Cami Minor, of course, known for her excellent work as a setter, delivering precision passes to her teammates, but can do the job on the attack as well. With the left, and Rubin again finds herself around the antenna area and the net, and the point to UCLA. And now Pack to serve. 17-13 Stanford. Minor looking for Francis, and that's the Cami-Sammy connection that they love so much here inside Maples. These two looking to get back in sync after Francis missing some time, and Francis has battled through injuries in her career. So highly scouted and rated coming out of high school. That's another monster put away from Minor. An overpass up for grabs, and Cami Minor crushes it. Dewick just trying to keep that play alive and inadvertently gave Cami Minor a fantastic. Pac-12 women's volleyball is brought to you by Clean Simple Eats, elevating life through food and fitness. And powered by Sprouts Farmers Market, the official grocer of the Pac-12. Nice day on campus here at Stanford University. A lot of folks have made their way over to Maples Pavilion to check out number 3 Stanford against UCLA, the first of 2 meetings in conference play between these squads. Cardinal control the all-time series history, but UCLA has hung tough in this one. Becker, as we return to live action with a swing there. Baird, Dewick, and now Olsen. Ogilvy, Kip, Pack, and Jai works that block. 19-14. This is Pack. Couple of options there. Goes past Becker for Iman and Jai. Tifono serving here for the Bruins, trailing 19-14. And Baird has the kill. Make it 20-14. Twelve kills now for Katie Baird. 3 Cardinal in double figures in the kills department. Rubin 13, Baird 12, Kip 10. And the Card have crept back up over 200 on their hitting percentage. Becker. Out to Kip. The block is there. Team effort. Leverett. Becker joining forces. 20-15 now. Breon on to serve, 20-15. Bruins trailing here in the third. Minor goes to Baird. Down the line and in. Katie Baird. Precision, accuracy. Not that time. (21-16) now. As Njai to serve, Bruins picked 5th in the Pac-12 preseason poll. In at 10-7 thus far on the year, as Baird goes to work and is off the mark. Alfie Reft in his first year. Talked about this Bruins squad continuing to grow and learn. They will adapt as they go with every opportunity. They traveled a ton in the non-conference, helped them gel as a group. Kip. Minor. Back to Kip. The block is there again by Dodson. This time, Vicini. Dug out by Leverett. And Njai, just an error and can't believe it. Put it right into the net. Her teammates look to pick her up. (22-17). And Baird serving. Into the stands and an ace. (23-17). Coach Reft will call for time. 23-17. Stanford in front of UCLA, and this Cardinal squad, this is why they're one of the best in the country. They schedule so difficultly when you look at the very beginning of the year. There are really no cupcakes to be had on their schedule, and Kevin Hambley looking for teams, obviously, that will challenge his squad, that will be good RPI matchups, right? You're always trying to build that postseason resume. They want to be in a spot where they're not only playing well come Pac-12 conference play, but also that they have earned a lot of key victories to then put themselves in a great spot for NCAA seeding. And you see what is ahead. They will head to the Oregon schools coming up, and then to Arizona and Arizona State, all part of a Florida, Ohio State, Minnesota, Nebraska, went to Texas, went to Louisville. Taking on all the top teams in the country. Leverett. Dodson, easy money. 23-18. This will come right to Anna Dodson, and Rubin trying to come over and make a play there. That's the 7th kill for Dodson. 23-18. Rubin off the block, it drops in, and that will bring up set point here in the 3rd. So Elliott Rubin continues 14 kills now. Double figures now in her last 6, including today. Ogilvy to serve with set point here, 24-18 Stanford. Olsen. Ogilvy can't handle it. That's into the seats, and the kill is there for Grace Olsen. Set point number 2 as Dodson will serve. Overpass. Pack now to Njai. Flips that across. Here's Kip. Blocked. At the net, Francis denied. Dodson will let that go out of play. Watches that drop out of bounds. The point to UCLA, 24-20. Still set point here for the Cardinals. Set point number 3. As they're on their feet once more in Maples, as Dodson prepares to serve. They've raved about her leadership as a 5th-year senior. Minor now. Here's Rubin. Dug out by Dodson. Njai. Minor. Ogilvy to Kip. Off the scoreboard on this side of the net. Last chance for the Bruins. They put it across. Minor. Kip once more. Denied, but off the block. And that's how this one ends in the 3rd. Stanford takes it 25-20. Kendall Kip finishing off this 3rd set for the Stanford Cardinals. We head to the 4th. Stanford trying to close. A tough trio to stop from an offensive standpoint for any team in the country. And Katie Baird sparking that Cardinals squad in the 3rd as they now go to the 4th to try and finish things off here. This UCLA Bruins squad, they have been in every one of these sets. They took the 1st, and you see what Stanford has been able to do. That is where UCLA aspires to get to. And if you're just joining us here and looking at those uniforms for Stanford and saying, I don't recognize the names on the back, that is all part of a great charitable initiative taking place today, all part of the Stanford Cardinal Pink Match, recognizing Breast Cancer Awareness Month. See the names and the phrases on the back. Those that wanted to donate, they could bid for these uniforms, put whatever phrase they wanted on the back in honor of someone near and dear, some other saying, in some cases just the name of the player that would be wearing that uniform. And through all of that, they raised more than $9,400 for the Women's Cancer Center at Stanford Medicine. So the athletes play in the jersey, and then obviously the fans get a chance to make a really important impact. So good stuff here from the Stanford Cardinal as we get started in the 4th. Stanford out in front 2-1. And it's back to Baird. And she continues her work on the offensive end. delivering our first kill in the fourth. So Baird now even up with Rubin, 14 kills apiece. Katie Baird, a fifth-year senior out of Indianapolis, Indiana, has earned that All-American status, All Pac-12 status during her career. Olsen now. Minor and Kipp blocked there at the net. It's Baird again, looking for that power tip across the net. And a 2-0 start for Stanford. Here's Minor out of Redondo Beach, California, near Los Angeles. Over to Baird. Pack looking for Njai. Block. Dewick keeps it alive. Minor now back to Baird. Long run, Lutz laying out but could not keep it in play. And a 3-0 start for Stanford. So Cami Minor will continue her work. She's picked up big accolades every year at Stanford. Pac-12 Freshman of the Year. Told you about her Setter of the Year honors. Iman Njai gets UCLA. Actually, no, they'll say that was off the mark. No touch and just wide. So a 4-0 start for Stanford, and understandably UCLA will take a timeout. And UCLA trailing 4-0 in the fourth. Olsen does not leave that one with any doubt. Major heat. And that gets UCLA on the board in this fourth set. Tifono serving into the net, and that's an ace there for UCLA. Make it 4-2 now, so a couple for the Bruins. Cami Minor now looking for Kendall Kipp. A scenario Stanford fans have seen unfold time and time again. Minor to Kipp, and the resulting kill for one of the best players in the country. For one of the best players. Baird serving. Tough one for Leverett. She'll put it across. Vicini had that one blocked. Kind of turns around in disbelief after all the ricochets. That one pinballed throughout the UCLA Bruins and eventually resulted in a point for Stanford. Sometimes things just bounce your way. Cardinals still talking about what just transpired there. And a 6-2 lead in the fourth. Becker dug out by Baird. Kipp, the kill. We touched on it earlier, but Kevin Hamley talking about Kendall Kipp this week, and this idea that just because she has won all these awards and is so well known and heralded, it doesn't mean that there isn't room to improve and things that she's still working on, new shots to add to her arsenal, and he really feels like she's only going to get better. It's going to happen after she leaves Stanford. This is her final season. A great volleyball future ahead for Kendall Kipp. I think that happens occasionally. You get lulled into this false sense of security, even from a fan standpoint, where all the media honors, and you think, well, this person is great. There's nothing left. They've figured it out. But as good as so many of these athletes are, they still have things they want to get better at. And Kip, there again, another kill, 8-3. Minor, that back set. And Kendall Kip is there. So another helper for Cami Minor, 43 assists now for Minor. That one is off the scoreboard. They can play on their side of the net. They do. This one comes to Rubin. Dewick controls. Njai with the tip. Rubin tries to push that to the back corner. Bruins recover, and then Njai winds up and is off target. Make it 9-3. We mentioned Cami Minor's stats, a classic Cami Minor day. The assists, 40 plus, 7 digs, sprinkling in some offense. Economically, 4 kills on 6 attacks. Everything Stanford needs. Leverett, there's a good dig from Baird. Minor keeps it alive as well. Now Pack outside Leverett, and is able to work that off of Kip. Make it 9-4.
Now serving for UCLA, number 7,
Iman Njai serving. Francis swinging there, and that will fall in for the kill. And now Kip to serve. And that's an ace for Kendall Kip. That's her second on the day. And the 26th on the year. Minor looking for Francis. Now Leverett, she is stuffed. Francis and Minor joining forces. We talk about their connection on the offensive end. You see them teaming up defensively. Kevin Hambly knows how key the connection is between these two. Stanford is going to get to where they want to go. If Cami and Sammy are clicking, it's going to make life difficult for the opposition. Second look here as timeout has been called, and that's Minor. Coach Reff talked about one of the reasons Audrey Pack has the center roles because of the defense she brings. 12-4. Cardinal in control here in the fourth. You're wondering if perhaps UCLA is running out of steam here. They went the distance in that first set to get the win. Kip with the service error to make it 12-5, but the Bruins, they cut into deficits in the second and third, could not pick up the victories, and now the Cardinal in control here in the fourth. Kat Lutz to serve out of Torrey Pines High School. For Francis, there it is. Cami to Sammy. All smiles after the kill. And this is the connection they're working on. Francis returned to the lineup on Friday, just 2 kills, was not where she wanted to be from an attacking standpoint, but they know it's just going to take time. And Kevin Hambly said, look, the workload that she would have in practice is greater than that that she'll face within a game, and so she's fine from a health standpoint to get back out there and play the minutes that she's playing. It's just more the timing, and because she just returned to the lineup, it wasn't as if she had many days of practice and then came into that game on Friday. They're kind of working through this in real time to get back on the same page. Baird. And now Olsen. Too much.
Serving the serve for Stanford, number 3, Anna Finkel.
14-6, all Cardinal here in the fourth. There's a kill for Olsen. 5th kill for Grace Olsen. Sophomore from Pleasanton, California. Strong freshman campaign, 164 kills last year. Coach Reft loves her work ethic, feels like her ceiling very high and how good she can be. Service error there, and Stanford will take control now with Minor. Njai, there's the dig from Ogilvy. Baird places that one right in front of Njai for the kill. (16-7). We talked about Ogilvy with the hustle. Now 19 digs for Elena Ogilvy. Njai has time, but cannot put that ball where she wants. And it's 17-7, a 10-point lead now for Stanford. UCLA, they climbed out of some holes in previous sets, but they never faced a 10-point deficit. And a tough spot here in the fourth. Olsen, and that one is in. Goes cross court to deliver. Now 17-8. And this is Pack. Giving off to Olsen. Tufono on to serve. Vicini. He's been quiet today, but is there with the kill. Just her 3rd kill of the day, but getting offense from other places. Baird with 17, Rubin 15, Kip 14. Pack goes outside. The block from Rubin. A roof from Rubin. And a 19-8 advantage now. Stanford, the finish line is in sight. Leverett denied. More blocks in more places. This time, Kip, Vicini on the other side. Make it 20-8. And we'll stay with Katie Baird. Njai on the move, tracks that down. Duick gets it across. Minor to Vicini. The kill is in. And this Stanford team reminding people just how good they are. Number 3 in the country, undefeated in Pac-12 play for a reason. You're getting the full Cardinal arsenal here in the fourth. 21-8 right now. Long run. Dewick and Leverett. A near collision there. Outside to Rubin. They're just teeing off now. Elia Rubin dialed in, lines it up, and crushes it 22-8. And Baird continues. Pack giving off to Becker. Too long, 23-8. All the things that were working for UCLA not finding their marks at the moment. We may get a challenge here if there was a touch. And that is what will be challenged. Holding up the #1 for touch. 23-8. However, this challenge shakes out. Bruins in a tough spot, and a learning moment here for a Bruins squad that is coming together. As we look back at this one, was there a touch on the Stanford end of things? That back row lets it fly, so it's around the net. So we'll see what the officials come up with here. But we talked about this UCLA team, some of the firepower they lost. Charity Looper moving on to Louisville with her 256 kills. Elon McCall, 312 kills. Then losing Maddie McKissick, nearly 1,000 assists. Mackenzie Cole, north of 400 digs. A lot of key pieces for the Bruins. New coaching staff. They took a lot of the big road trips to gel and work together. And you saw in that first set their ability to battle back, the talent they have on this team. You saw what they did on Friday night against the Cal Bears. Just running into a really talented Stanford team that was able to make some adjustments in that second set and beyond. And they're now locked in here in this fourth, up 23-8. And on the brink of their 8th straight Pac-12 win. And call stands as it was. Point for the Cardinal, 23-8. So you mentioned Stanford out to a 7-0 start at Pac-12 play. 8-game overall win streak if you include the Louisville victory. So looking to win their 9th straight and move to 8-0 in Pac-12 play. 23-8, here's Baird. Minor to Kipp. Kendall Kipp crushing. That brings up match point, 24-8. Cardinal leaving no doubt in this 4th set. And Baird will try and wrap things up here, 24-8, Stanford ahead. Overpass here, Rubin controls. They'll go to Rubin. And that's long. So we'll do it again. Match point #2. And Hendrickson is on to serve.
Now serve for UCLA #25.
At the net. And Dotson is there for the kill. An overpass on the return. Make it 24-10, match point #3 as Hendrickson will serve. Cardinal with a massive cushion. Fans getting loud on their feet in Maples. Looking to wrap this one up. Minor to Kipp. Kipp finishes it. The reigning player of the year drops the hammer to wrap this one up. 25-10 in the 4th. And Stanford wins it 3-1. They dropped the first and then returned to form over the next 3 sets. Kendall Kipp, part of an excellent offensive showing here for Stanford. Kipp with 16 kills, Baird with 17 and 11 digs. Elia Rubin continues her all-around strong play.
Zokonta, Volleyball Holmes, Zokonta, Holmes, Zokonta, 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 Rogan, Oklahoma, Ice, Rogan, Donna, Zokonta, Ice, Rogan, Donna, Rogan, Rogan, Oklahoma, Donna, Oklahoma, Yuri, Donna, Yuri, Ice, Yuri, Ice, Yuri, Donna, Yuri, Donna, Rogan, Donna, Yuri, Oklahoma, Thomas, Oklahoma, Ice, Oklahoma, Oklahoma, Rogan, Yuri, Oklahoma, Donna, Rogan, Donna, Holmes, Yuri, Thomas, Donna, Rogan, Ice, Rogan, Oklahoma, Holmes, Oklahoma, Oklahoma, Donna, Ice, Donna, Ice, Rogan, Ice, Rogan, Donna, Rogan, Ice, Donna, Yuri, Oklahoma, Ice, Ice, Holmes, Yuri, Oklahoma, Rogan, Isa, Donna, Isa, Donna, Oklahoma, Rogan, Donna, Holmes, Yuri, Zokonta, Yuri, Isa, Isa, Oklahoma, Rogan, Donna, Rogan, Donna, Holmes, Donna, Isa, Yuri, Holmes, Yuri, Holmes, Rogan, Isa, Holmes, Oklahoma, Rogan, Isa, Donna, Isa, Oklahoma, Rogan, Holmes. Isa. Rogan. Isa. Oklahoma. Alamos. Rogan. Rogan. Isa. Rogan. Isa. Yuri. Alamos. Yuri. Oklahoma. Yuri. Isa. Rogan. Holmes. Oklahoma. Isa. Yuri. Flores. Yuri. Rogan. Isa. Rogan. Isa. Oklahoma. Oklahoma. Isa. Oklahoma. Yuri. Isa. Rogan. Oklahoma. Isa. Rogan. Isa. Rogan. Isa. Donna. Oklahoma. Rogan. Isa. Donna. Rogan. Rogan. Isa. Holmes. Isa. Donna. Oklahoma. Holmes. Rogan. Donna. Holmes. Rogan. Isa. Yuri. Holmes. Donna E. Holmes. Donna Holmes. Yuri. Donna E. Holmes. Isa. Flores. Hunes. Nervous. Holmes. Erictus. Erictus. Holmes. Ewaton. Ewite. Oklahoma. Isa. Zook on top. Alamos. Zook on top. Holmes. Holmes. Almighty. Alamos. Zook on top. Holmes. Zook on top. Zook on top. Alama? Ready, Mars. Rogan? Alama. Zook on top. Alama. Somas. Eve. Somas. Ready, mod.